Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting video. First, I want to say I hope everybody had a good weekend, everybody's ready for the week, and thank you for everyone who has subscribed so far. Welcome to the family, and if you're new here, welcome. Like I always say, you're not just a subscriber, you're part of this loving family. And today we're going to be talking about something very exciting. And before we get started, I just want to say, if this is the first time watching, please don't be scared to reach out. If there's something you want to talk about, if there's something on your mind, some things that's making you watch this video and you have questions, please feel free to email anytime. I promise I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Sometimes when I talk to some of you and you guys say, oh, I'm so scared to email, I don't know if you're going to reply or not, I will always reply. And I started this channel so I can help everybody out. Like I said, I usually try to get back to you within 12 to 24 hours, depending on the time zone you're in, but I will reply. So let's get started on today's video. So today's video is about what is God, how do you find the divine, and how does Ketu help you find the divine? So what is this energy of Ketu and how it becomes a medium for us to help us realize what is God? How does it help us connect with God? How many ways are there? Which way should we practice? You've been conditioned to follow a certain way, do a certain type of mantra, path, puja, whatever it is. How do we find the way? Is one way better than the other way? What is God? How does God look like? So this big question, let's dive into it today. So it's going to be very exciting. Let me tell you, there's not one path. There's many, hundreds, okay? I'll just quickly summarize a couple, then I'll get to my favorite one that I want to talk about, which is the most easiest that I always encourage everybody to do. And there's a saying by Shri Ramakrishna that says, truth is one, paths are many. So there's only one and only one divine, but there's many ways to experience and connect with the divine. Every religion, every culture, every individual has a different way of connecting with the divine. So how do you walk the path of meeting the divine? How do you connect with the divine, right? You can do it through self-realization, surrender, detachment, love and compassion, discipline, awareness. In Indian culture, in the Indian philosophy, there's different type of yogas like Jnana yoga, which is knowledge, self-inquiry, asking, like having gone down the road where you're asking, who am I? Like, what am I here to do? What is my purpose? Bhakti yoga, love and devotion, which is Karma yoga, doing seva, selfless service. You're trying to connect with the divine through seva. Raj yoga, meditation, self-discipline, right? If we talk about different type of meditations, there's hundreds and hundreds type of meditations. Nowadays, especially in today's world, meditations are modified to fit individuals' need, right? Just to give a general example, like mantra meditation, sound healing meditation, and movement-based meditation, which is like Tai Chi, I believe, in certain cultures they practice that. Self-inquiry is a type of meditation. Guided meditation. Sometimes people practice guided meditation in many different ways, through breathing, going to sleep. Like you could have your own individual type of meditation practice. Dancing, for example, some cultures promote dancing to be able to get in touch with yourself. One of my favorite ways of meditation, believe it or not, is driving. I know a lot of people with Scorpion Moon, or a lot of people feel this way because you're focused on one point. When you're truly on the freeway or the highway and your mind is clear, you're just driving and then all your thoughts disappear, you're completely in the zone of oneness. A lot of you have oneness feeling while driving, which is amazing, which is a type of meditation. Go drive and clear your mind for 10-15 minutes. So again, it's how you are able to connect with the oneness, right? So these are all general ways of connecting with the divine. So let's get to my favorite one. And the reason I say it is it's the easiest. Okay, why? Because the most powerful is trying to achieve silence Silence how? People try to sit cross-legged and try to get the mind calm, but they say we can't do it, it's so hard for us, this and that. Okay. To make the connection with the divine, you have to let go of outside noise, okay? Not the noise of the cars, but also the noise of your thoughts, your emotions and stuff, the guilt, the pain. Like you're having a hard day at work, all those thoughts that are eating you, you have to let those go in order to sit still. So how do we achieve that silence where we find the divine, where you become one with the divine? My most favorite method of connecting, through journaling. I always encourage everyone to journal. Why? Because you can achieve that moment of silence so easily, okay? So I always journal, I always write, I always encourage everybody to write. Silence is powerful. Rumi, he's one of my favorite poets. He has so many different poems and quotes and sayings on silence. One of them is, silence is the language of God. All else is poor translation. Okay. And Ketu helps us finding that inner peace. And it can also happen in Rahu when Ketu's nakshatra is activated. It can happen any period in your life when you're walking down the path of enlightenment or walking down this path of spirituality. So we know our soul, our God resides in the heart here, right? But in order to get to here, we have to silence our body. We can't be working. We have to sit. Then we have to silence our mind, all these thoughts and stuff. And then we have to silence our emotions as well. Like, did you have a sad day? You're sad about something from the weekend. So all these things start to have to be silenced. Silence is a power. Let silence speak. But how do we achieve this silence? So now, I encourage you to write. Cross your legs, sit down, and start journaling. Okay? Whatever is it that's bothering you that you need clarification on, watch the voice of God appear. But when? So start journaling. Write down the issue that's on hand. You're stuck in a court case, for example, and you want some clarification. You want to connect with the divine. Write down all your thoughts about that topic. Okay? Whatever is coming into your mind, whether it be, oh, I did wrong, I'm in a lawsuit, or I want to get a divorce and I have to go to court. Whatever it is that you're looking for guidance on, start writing it. Write until your heart is empty. Your mind, your soul, everything's empty. Start writing. Write down all your thoughts, okay? You're transferring this energy into words. Don't type it. I don't encourage typing. It's a different feel when you're doing with a pen. Start writing it. And then after 5, 10, 15 minutes, however long it takes to journal on that topic to empty your mind out, there comes a moment when you don't have any more thoughts. You become thoughtless. That's where the magic happens. Then the next thought that appears, it's so pure. That's your guidance. That's the divine. That's how you meet that inner voice that's always speaking to you, but you never had the chance to listen because you're so busy with the external noise. You have to shut everything down from the outside in order for that inner voice to awaken. So I strongly believe in journaling as one of the best methods of meditation because it's one of the easiest ways to clear your thoughts. People who struggle while sitting cross legs and saying there's too many thoughts running around and stuff, get that energy out. What are those thoughts? What are those guilts? What is it that's bothering you? Just write it, transfer that energy, and forget it. So while you're writing and writing and writing, there comes a moment when you have nothing else to write. So that gap between one thought and the other thought, right? You finish writing and you're waiting for something else to appear. That thought in between is divine. That's Ketu. That's the gap that you want to expand in order to tap into your highest consciousness. Now, it's not for everybody to do it. So, yes, thoughts keep coming up, but it's for you to recognize, is that thought from the ego or is that thought from intuition? So when you're so pure, you have written down all your thoughts, okay? Anyone who's, most likely, everyone who's watching behind this camera, You have gone to school, you know how to write in your native language. It doesn't have to be English, it can be any language that you're most comfortable with. Write. And then watch the magic happen. Ketu is not this pen. Divine energy is not this pen. Divine energy is that gap between what you were writing down and the answer that's going to come. That's how you get the deepest of the deepest clarification for your problem sometimes. That's when the divine truly comes and talks to you. It takes a lot of practice to be able to reach that state of stillness when you have no thoughts. If thoughts are coming, it could be guilt, shame, pleasure, fear, anything. Write it down. Going to temples and churches and gurdwaras and masjid and synagogue, any holy places doesn't silence your mind. I'm sorry. Yes, you're getting the positive energy aura from that place. Great. But it's not tuning inwards. You're not tapping into that silence. That silence, there's a voice in there. You have to know how to use that voice. That is the voice of divine. So, other thing that I want to encourage, I always said in my videos, if you guys want to practice meeting the divine or walking down this path of spirituality and truly waking up your highest potential, put your phone away after 6 o'clock in the evening. Our minds are so hyperactive. We're scrolling one reel, second reel, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Hey, we don't even have the patience to stop for 2 seconds, and you want your mind to stop? Put your phone away at 6 o'clock. Go for a walk at 6:30. Take a shower, whatever you want to do in the evening after 8 to 8:30, or whenever you get time, sit down and write a journal every single day for clarification. Watch the magic unfold. So what you're doing is, okay, there's a state in meditation where you're able to manifest your own reality. Like you're able to write down your own life, like how you're going to unfold things down. And everybody wants to know all these magical things and stuff, right? What happens is everybody has this blackboard. Like in school days when we had the blackboard, I'll call it a whiteboard, whatever you want to call it. And teacher would write on the pen with a chalk on the board, your instruction lessons, everything, right? That's our life. We have too many thoughts written on that chalkboard. Start erasing it. Get rid of those thoughts. In meditation, like I said, you have to let go of everything, your fears, your thoughts and stuff. That's the blackboard. Start erasing it. Be in a state of stillness, that silence. And then write. Then you're printing your own reality. But to get the state of that whiteboard, it takes a lot of work. You're able to manifest any kind of life, that high-end, luxury, simple life, whatever you're trying, good health, whatever you're trying to achieve. You just have to be able to program your consciousness at that level. And one of the easiest way, I'll go back to it again, is to erase that board, is write down. Fill this, all those thoughts that are written up there, write it down on a piece of paper here. So, truly, Ketu is that thought between each, space between each thought. That space, that silence, that's God, that's divine, that's consciousness. And what you do is, with practice, once all your thoughts are cleared up, soon you'll be in a state of letting go of all these thoughts faster and faster. And there comes a time when that window between each thought, from a second, let's say your mind is so active and you all constantly have thoughts coming up. But on your first day, when you write down your thoughts and you're journaling, the space, when you're finally done your thoughts and before the next thought appears at the end, it might be a space for 1 second, 2 seconds. So you expand that to 5 seconds, 10 seconds, to a minute, 10 minutes. So that's the magical realm of a state of consciousness where you're able to go into this trance where you're not only connected to the divine, but you're able to achieve so much more. But it takes a lot of practice to get there, and that's where you meet the divine. That's you knocking on the door of the divine now, and you're able to make that connection with a pure heart. Like, yes, you have to get rid of the blockages in your chakras and stuff. That's why I encourage writing and getting all your fears out. But go to that silence and knock on the door of the divine, and then watch the magic happen. So, before closing the video, you don't need to look for a guru. You don't need to go to a temple. You don't need to have some kind of mantra. All you need is a silence. Your guru will appear. You will be able to reach the highest state of consciousness. Everything will unfold with due time if you know how to tap into yourself, into your highest potential. I hope you guys have learned something new today. And this is why I say everybody has an inner guru. Everybody has that inner voice. Everybody is connected to the divine. I'm no special than you. Okay? I am another person just like you on the behind the screen here. I'm just a normal individual. But it's how you practice spiritually and how you can walk down that path. Enlightenment, moksha, it's one and the same, connecting with the divine. It's letting go of the worldly attachment. Those thoughts don't let you bother anymore that, oh, I gotta get up early, make more money tomorrow. That's very low vibrational stuff. Live from heart and higher consciousness, okay? And watch the magic unfold. So I'll leave this here. In short, God is that space between each thought. When you truly let silence speak, there's a voice there. Everybody has an inner voice. It's the difference between ego and that inner conscious voice. So you have to wash down your ego, let that inner voice speak, and that's what guides you. That becomes your inner guru, and that can help you be in touch with your highest consciousness. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So if you ever feel confused, lost and stuff, just email me, guys. Let's have a conversation. And sometimes there's small little blockages, right? Some of you are going through a divorce that feels so complicated. Let's just get it over with. Some of you are just tangled up in your own thoughts sometimes that are just chewing you up. I'm not good enough, this and that. Clear those up. Everyone is beautiful. Everyone has a potential to reach the highest state of enlightenment if we just wash down our thoughts. I don't care how busy one's life gets, okay? Always make time to journal or find this silence. It's only good for you. It's not going to do me any good. Now, if you say, let me start doing a certain kind of ritual or following a guru and that will help me attain. You are that key. Unless you start making efforts, nobody can come and awaken you to your highest potential, guys. It's a work, a few months and years and stuff in practice, but you do get there. So thank you for watching. And I hope you guys learned something new today, the magic of silence. And I'll see you guys this week with another video. And I hope you guys are healing well. And remember, we're healing. Not only we can watch our trauma, but we can feel what joy is. What true joy and fulfillment we're supposed to be feeling spiritually. And please practice this so that way you're not only materially wealthy, but you're also becoming spiritually wealthy. These days, people are materially money rich, but there's a huge poverty in the spiritual world. People are not in touch with themselves. People are depressed. People are lost on the inside. People don't believe in this kind of stuff anymore. They want answers, but they don't want to tune into themselves because they're so distracted by the cell phones and the social media and the reels and stuff. We have people have screen time for 6 hours sometimes. Like they're sitting there and scrolling all night, and then they're like, "Oh, we can't fall asleep." And then they're lost. They don't know what to do with their life. Astrology and psychics can only guide you so much. The true calling comes from within. If you're willing to spend time with yourself. Whenever we have silence, a moment to sit down, what's the first thing we do? We pull up our phone, we start messaging or calling or scrolling. Like everybody's so addicted. Stop the addiction with yourself and wake your inner self up. Thank you if you've stayed this long for watching. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting, and I hope something resonated with you today to be able to awaken your highest potential on the inside. If you have any questions, anytime you want to reach out, my email is always in the description box, and I look forward to connecting with you guys and seeing you with another video soon. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.